but you were just like, I'm not saying anything. She's claiming it as her own. So you guys should not be together. That's why. And I guarantee you, your mom does not want you with her because you two are not good together. And y'all just going to continue to pick up more cases. So that's a no. And that's why I have a no contact with her. Do you want to get your life together?
She's the mother of my kid.
You all can do that through a third party. I'm sure, Mom, will you be willing to transport children so he doesn't have contact with her? All right, court is calling 2024 CR 012909 State versus John Paul Raymond Gill. Scott, could our parties announce for the record for the state? Defense? And are you Mr. Gill?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery that you review that with your client?
Yes, I did.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Gill, did you review? Let me try to find it here. The true bill of indictment with your attorney, did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, ma'am.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented? Mr. Gill, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, just 1 second. I don't know why. It seems like now I'm checking to make sure everybody does the, the citizen part correctly. All right. Counsel, here you are.
Oh, I thought I already.
No.
Thank you.
All right. You reviewed the admonishments. Did you understand that what you're charged with is unauthorized use of a vehicle? That's state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days, 2 years in the state jail facility, and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent? Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, he has.
All right, off the record for a moment. Norma, did we complete Frederico Nelson with Brent Hardy? All right, could you make sure he doesn't leave? Oh, no, Mr. Hardy. I don't know.
Your Honor, he does know that we're filling out paperwork for him right now.
Oh, okay. All right, we're back on the record. Just 1 second. All right, counsel, do you believe your client has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, he does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, I do.
Mr. Gill, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 180 days in the Bexar County Jail under 1244, and there are no applications. Did you understand that to be the plea? Telling you, what is going on with the J? Yeah. Next I'm going to say, Sean, 365 years or something. All right. Well, we're going to pitch in like I was trying to make sure that you knew what's going on. So let me, the glasses are not for reading. So 160 days in the Bexar County Jail under 1244, and there are no applications. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, it is.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence? Any objection?
No
All
objection.
right, state, you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and consent with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor.
All right, court will find you guilty. The court will sentence you to 160 days in the Bear County Jail under 1244. Give you credit for any time served. And there's to be no contact with Victoria Love Sanchez Aguirre. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing?
Yes, we would have the judgment satisfied, Your Honor.
All right, does he have the time in custody? All right. Then the court will show the judgment is satisfied. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? All right, because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question of what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go up. How old are you?
35.
All right, let me explain this something to you. And this is based upon not my experience on going to prison, but people I've represented on parole who were in prison. Do you like your hair?
Yes, I'm very good.
Let me just tell you something. When you go to prison, you know what they do?
Yeah,
So if you want to lose your hair, you will continue. If that's something you truly care about, as opposed to asking questions when you're driving a stolen vehicle, then you keep on the same path you're going on. What's going to end up happening when they send you to prison, they cut your hair off. That's why you see people who are in prison, all their hair is cut off because that's what they do.
yes,
You understand?
very much.
And then the other thing, my understanding at the Bear County Jail, they have lice as well. So
Plenty.
if you get lice in the hair,
Hey,
I think they're going to want to buzz it as opposed to doing every treatment. You understand?
yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Could you pull the file on Paul Smith for me, please, from the back? It's 2021 CR 8325. There you go. Thank you. All right, and Norma, who's the attorney for Miss Silva? Yes,
And I? No, it's about him. Oh, well.
yes.
Veronica Love,
Mm-hmm.
Victoria Love. She's in the, I know that's where she's a motor vehicle. It wasn't Miss Love's car. There's another lady's name.
Oh, I know. Was she in the vehicle with
You
him?
were in the vehicle. Okay.
All right, let me just tell you, is this about having no contact?
No, they're together right now. They're.
No, I mean, is this about me issuing a no contact order?
On her, with respect to my client, on her.
Yeah, there's a reason for that. And
Okay.
let me tell you what the reason for that is. And so you can understand why that is. So let me go to the police report. Because sometimes, I read everything that's put before me. All right. So synopsis, first paragraph. You get pulled over. You're the driver of the vehicle. And she is S2. And it says S1 and S2 were found to have active warrants for their arrest after identifying themselves. So your warrant for your arrest wasn't for this unauthorized use of a vehicle. It was for something else. And she had a warrant for her arrest. And who is that sitting with her? Is that your mom or her mom? That's your mom? All right, your mom should want better for you. And let me explain why you should want better for him. And I'm sure you do, but he's not listening. Suspect 2, that's her, started crying and getting nervous. I then read suspect 2 her Miranda warning, and suspect 2 stated the listed narcotics and money in the stolen vehicle were hers. Suspect 2 narcotics later found in her purse by her feet area on the front seat floorboard after a search of the vehicle was conducted. That's why you can't have contact with her. So what they found in the vehicle that she's claiming, 3.7 grams, field tested positive for cocaine. Now, normally when the officers are weighing stuff out in the field, you really can't trust that weight.
No.
Sometimes it turns out to be less than a gram, but they do a presumptive field test of it. So presumptively, it's positive for cocaine. Presumptively, it's 3.7 grams. They found 5 THC vape pens at 3 grams each, multiple baggies of green leafy substance from my training and police experience, which I know to be marijuana. And that was 8.85 ounces in her purse. Suspect 1 was also read his Miranda warnings and refused to say anything about the narcotics or the listed currency in S2's possession. Now, based upon that, I don't know why she want to be with you, because if you're my man, you should be like, you know what? I'm going to take this case for her because that's my woman and I won't see any harm come to her. But you were just like, I'm not saying anything. She's claiming it as her own. So you guys should not be together. That's why. And I guarantee you, your mom does not want you with her because you two are not good together. And y'all just going to continue to pick up more cases. So that's a no. And that's why I have a no contact with her. Do you want to get your life together?
She's the mother of my kid.
You all can do that through a third party. I'm sure, Mom, will you be willing to transport children so he doesn't have contact with her?
Thank you. Bill,
Mhm.
and, I will, I can try to do the third party yet.
Yeah, so your mom can do third party. You all should not be together. And let me just tell you, if your child, your mom is saying your child is in NICU, if that baby is in NICU because of what mom has been ingesting or whatever, CPS is going to be involved. And let me just tell you what CPS normally does. If one of you all don't get your life together, your children are going to end up going to somebody else. Either you're going to step up to the plate or she's going to step up to the plate. And you're at that point in your life where your children should be more important to you than a woman. That's where we are. So Victoria Love Sanchez Aguirre, you're not to have contact with her. Here you are. Thank you, Mom.
Thank you.
Court is calling 2021 CR 6023 State versus Israel Mankata. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Steve?
George Schaefer for defendant probationer, Your Honor.
And are you Israel Mankata?
Yes, I am, yeah.
All right, did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney, and did you understand it?
Yes, I did.
Are you the same Israel Mankata who is placed on deferred adjudication in 2021 CR 6023 for the offense of evading arrest, detention, using a vehicle on January 10th, 2022 for a period of 2 years and extended for a total of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state.
Judge, I apologize, I didn't want to interrupt you, but after the conferring, around the state is going to see that a motion to withdraw, but we would like to alter and amend his conditions.
All right, while you're withdrawing, because the allegations in the motion is he's on deferred for evading arrest, detention of a vehicle. And then new number 1 is driving without a license. And then no valid license. So what's
Sort of the same thing, Judge.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah, Judge, so after just confirming the grounds and looking at the recommendation of probation, that is, I guess, the course that we have decided to take. So I don't know if you want to step back and.
Sure.
Good. Judge, if
We
you,
can go off the record.
if you recall, Friday I was here and we had actually filed an application to have a bond set on his case since it is a deferred. But I know that the court would like to go ahead if you can take care of everything.
I'll proceed however, anybody wants to proceed. So why is this motion being withdrawn?
Judge, the court summary indicates they would like to continue him on probation with intensive supervision, supportive outpatient treatment for him to obtain his Texas driver's license within 60 days. They also would like to see about setting a compliance hearing in 60 days to ensure that all of this has been met.
All right, last time we were here when he was Let me see, because this is not his first motion to revoke. So on his previous motion to revoke, I ordered him to be referred to felony drug court out of custody, 120 sober meetings in 120 days. Has he done any of that? Have you done any of that?
Yes,
How many sober meetings have you done?
I have dockets at my home. I have about, they rough draft of 80
All
on
right,
file.
Judge, he did not meet the criteria for felony drug court.
why are you driving without a license?
I have no right excuse.
All right, whose car was that?
That's mine and my wife's.
So what are we gonna do about the fact that he's driving without a license?
Judge, first of all, we're gonna try to get him a license again within the 60
Okay,
days.
so that's what you're gonna do? Cause you say we.
Metaphorically speaking, Judge. He's going to get his license within 60 days. That's why we want a compliance hearing 60 days from now to show I've gotten my license. It's okay for me to be.
Are you gonna be able to have your license in 60 days?
Certainly, yes, Your Honor.
All right, why don't you have a license? What's going on with that?
Just tickets and payments. I gotta make payment arrangements. I'm barely meeting ends right now.
Mhm.
I'm the head of household. I barely make ends. I have a 1-year-old son. I have a daughter on the way, which I'm not prepared for. But I do everything in my power to make ends. I even donate plasma, do as much side jobs as I can.
Okay.
And
So do you have employment other than the side jobs?
yes, ma'am.
What do you do?
Painting.
All right. So let me ask you this. Did you try picking up the phone and calling them and explaining to them about your financial situation as far as your license goes?
I actually made an appointment and it's months. It's like I have setback months before I have that appointment. And I made the appointment so I could go in and know what I need to get it.
All right, who's your appointment with?
I'm not sure. I gotta look at my phone.
No, I mean,
It's
who,
months.
what government agency did you call?
The DMV. I think I may have missed it, to be honest.
All right, does anybody want to call? Maybe if an attorney were to call the DMV for him today and tell them that the judge would like him to get an appointment as early as possible so they can comply with his conditions of probation, maybe they will move him up ahead of the line.
Wishful thinking, Judge.
Well, I will tell
I
you,
mean-
here's my experience.
Yeah.
I always say, be kind to people. I didn't realize that they started doing this thing where you needed an appointment to get your license renewed.
Judge, if you want to get your license, you make an appointment today. They're gonna set your hearing
No, here's my
to
story.
go in June or July.
You know, like the gospel song says, this is my story, this is my song. So I go in and my license was going to expire the next day. And I didn't trust that you have 30 days nonsense. I just said, let me go in. First of all, San Antonio, I thought it was on, I think that's Ingram or whatever. No, it's no longer there, even though it says. So I go in there and there are notes saying, this is not the place you should be. Yes. So I go to Bandera, I go in there, there's this huge line. Everybody that's in line is telling me, so what time is your appointment? Because my time is, I'm like, what are y'all talking about an appointment for? So I just stay in line and I say a prayer and I go up to the counter. I said, I am so very sorry. I didn't know there was appointments, but my license is about to expire. Meanwhile, somebody at the back of the line is just shouting, being mean and rude because it's taking too long. And they're like, we're going to do our best to fit you in. I'm like, thank you so much. And I'll stay at the back of the line however you want. So 3 hours later, I go there and I have my license. So that's why I say we can pick up the phone, call somebody. You have my permission to say, that his probation is tied to him getting a license. Is there any way to get him in sooner? Because this 60 days or 6 months, yeah. So if you all will do that, and I'm going to give you all some numbers that I just Googled. And I will write them down. So if you can call and ask, because I ended up at that one, but somebody says, go to General McMullen. And I was like, that's really out of my way.
You-
I had to get mine in December, and I went all the way to Sabine.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, that's what they do. They'll send you like to Bernie or Castroville or
So,
some other area.
Here's the number. The first number is for General McMullen, which they tell me that's a good one. But I do like the one, and I'm not saying other people are nicer than other people, but the one that's on Bandera, was it Bandera or was it Hemer?
It's it is. Hebrew.
Okay, so let me give you this number. Let me see. Oh, I don't like that number. Let me see. Well, whenever they do that 888 number,
You're not
Right.
gonna get through to anybody. You're
Yeah.
gonna get a recorded
Yeah.
message.
so that number, it should be the 531-1000. Is that on there?
Yes,
Yes, so if you can call them and you can let them know. So, Mr. Mankata, this is why I always say communication is key. Now I understand what's going on in your life, and I do understand why you would be driving even though you don't have a license. But you just have to realize you can't do that, okay?
Understand, Your Honor.
And I've known people who've sold plasma for extra money. So I understand. So, yes, I'll sign the motion to withdraw.
Just so the court's aware, the state's position is not, but for this allegation, he is in compliance with probation, he's basically in negative UAs, and so that's why we decided to take this.
Okay. And then, do you have a cell phone?
Yes,
Are you able to Zoom?
yes.
All right, so we can do the compliance hearing by Zoom.
Okay.
And what date do y'all want to bring this back?
May,
We can
what
do
is
like
May 20th?
May 20th,
What is that called?
Tuesday. All right, so we'll set this for a compliance hearing on May 20th. And here's the thing. I say this all the time in court. Some defendants take me seriously, others don't. They're like, that can't be true. If you have issues going on in your life, all you have to do is pick up the phone and tell probation. And if you feel like they're not addressing it, all you have to do is come to me and address it. I consider myself very understanding. I would have understand your financial situation. But hey, plan for children, okay? All right, you should be released sometime today at midnight. That's just the way they do it. I have no
Thank you, Your
control
Honor.
over that.
Appreciate it very much.
All right, you're welcome. Keep up the good work, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, would you like the amended conditions to
Yeah.
reflect intensive supervision, supportive outpatient treatment, and for him to obtain that license within 60 days?
Well, here's my question. Has he been, is there anything that he's been using or?
No, Judge, he has actually been negative when he was first placed on probation. And he told the court at that time he had been smoking marijuana. But there was one other positive back in July, but other than that, everything's been negative. He was placed on weekly UAs.
All right, have you been using?
No, ma'am.
All right, here's the thing. You have children. Don't use marijuana.
Yes, ma'am.
In this case, you're looking at 10 years in the prison. Don't do that, okay?
Understand, yes.
All right, continue with your sober meetings.
Okay.
Continue with those. So in lieu of your intensive outpatient treatment, I'm going to tell you to continue with your sober meetings, all right? And then what else?
Just his license within 60-day Judge.
All right, so
At
we'll,
the Zoom hearing.
yeah, we'll put down license within 60 days. We're going to see where you are on that on May 20th. Your attorney's going to call those numbers and see if you can get ahead.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, nobody else use my name for that though.
And no amended conditions. And no amended conditions.
No, he seems to be doing well. Could I see a reset form? Oh, Norma, there you are. Norma, this is Israel Mankata.
Yes, ma'am.
If you can give him a reset form for May 20th, and it's going to be compliance hearing, he can do that by Zoom. Yes, and then once you all have the withdrawal, just hand it to me. All right, do you need anything else from the court? Anything I can help you with?
No, ma'am, that's it.
All right, good luck, okay?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Court is calling 2024 CR 010681 State versus Sandra Gaitan. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state defense?
Ashley Morgan.
And are you Sandra Gaitan?
Yes, I am.
Is it Gaitan or Gaitan?
Thank you.
Gaitan.
Oh, you saying it right.
Oh, okay, thank you.
That first time.
Oh, thanks. Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery probation. This is an application. Did you review the document entitled Application for Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do waive it, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Judge.
Did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with driving while intoxicated third or more? That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, I did.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent? Did you understand that?
Yes, I did.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
It's not signed.
Sorry, Andrew.
It's not
Thank
your
you.
fault. It's my fault.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Judge.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Judge.
Ms. Gatton, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you
No, ma'am.
satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me, we're on the record. Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 3 years in the prison. State recommends community supervision, ignition interlock for half the term, 2-year driver's license suspension. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Judge. And we do have some things to go over with you when you're ready after you've done sentencing.
All right.
Yeah.
State, is that the plea?
It is, sir.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, I did.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Judge.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 3 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 100 hours community service restitution. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? And do you understand with a DWI third conviction, there is a 10-day jail sanction as a condition of probation? Did you understand that?
Yes.
All right, then to the offenses charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no
No
contest?
contest.
State any evidence.
No objection, Judge.
Just one moment. Excuse me. Jenna, I'm sorry, that goes with that file that I gave to you.
Okay.
All right, did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent? State, you may be excused. Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same.
Off the wall, man. Off the wall.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Judge. Ms. Gaitan has been enrolled in AA. Here's her proof of attendance. She goes every day.
Every day.
She's also completed her victim impact panel up front.
Mhm.
She's enrolled in her DWI education.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, her DWI intervention. She's also
she's currently on a portable alcohol monitoring device at 3 specimens per day.
Correct.
She does not have access to a vehicle. She has not had access to a vehicle since this incident. And so we were asking that you do consider allowing her to continue on that affidavit of non-driving and continue on the portable device. And then with regards to the 10 days in jail, we ask that you either hold it in abeyance or allow her to do it via house arrest.
Okay. All right. Are you employed?
I'm looking for a job right now.
Okay.
She does care for her elderly mother and she's in school.
All right. This caring for the elderly mother, is that something where she receives payment?
Do you receive?
No.
I'm sorry.
I believe she's, are you,
Do you receive payment?
I'm looking for a helper.
but you're not being
Excuse me.
paid.
No.
Stop
Yes,
with the
ma'am.
conversation.
Oh.
Do you receive payment for taking care of your mom?
I guess I do.
All right, so that's going to stop because the court doesn't allow home health care people to be home health care providers. So you're not allowed to do that.
Okay.
So do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
What are their ages?
29, 20, 28, and 7.
7?
Yes,
And where's your 7-year-old? Does your
That's cool.
7-year-old live with you?
yes.
All right, so you're going to have to get employment.
Okay.
Is there a reason you're not working?
Because it's difficult for me to, it's, no driving, no none of that. What I'm trying to do is do a job at home while it pays, while I stay home and pay any of the bills that I have to pay now.
All right, so
Mhm.
you're going to have to get a job. I
Okay.
require everybody in this court to have employment.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. Court is finding you guilty. Court will sentence you to 3 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 4 years. There's going to be a portable device for half the term with an affidavit of non-driving. Are there any vehicles at your home?
No, ma'am.
If you have a vehicle at your home or one that you have access to, it's going to need to have an ignition interlock. So do you have any access to any vehicles?
No, ma'am, I don't.
All right, probation, if you'll make sure that's the case. There's going to be field visits 1 time per month for 4 months. There's going to be a referral to felony drug court and a TAP evaluation out of custody. There's going to be daily sober support meetings. Until further notice. Proof of employment within 45 days. There should be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. So if you continue to receive payment for caring for your mother and the court finds about it, which it will, that's going to be a violation of your probation, and a motion to revoke is going to be filed. Do you understand?
I understand.
There is going to be full GPS for 10 days. Waive fees. And GPS is to be installed no later than March 21st. Is that enough time?
Yes, Judge, it's gonna go through the jail,
Yes.
yes.
So no later than March 21st by 2 p.m. There should be the victim VIP live, DWI education, $100 hours community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once that's completed, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. Make sure they're checking for alcohol. Driver's license suspension for 2 years.
Judge, her license was suspended as a condition of the ALR. Would you consider running those concurrent? I have those dates.
Let's see how she does and then I'll think about it.
Okay.
Probation, and there will be, is there anything else probation?
On the DWI course, did you want the education or the intervention? The education's 12 hours, intervention is 32.
Well, the problem is her DWIs are so close in time. Usually in this court, I order both.
Okay.
All right. So DWI intervention as well. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, ma'am.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it? All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. You understand?
I understand.
All right, so I'm gonna go off the record. Here's the thing. DWIs, you could have killed somebody. You could have killed somebody with a child.
Correct.
And I mean, you're saying correct, but you need to internalize it because guess what? Maybe there's a DWI driver out there somewhere and maybe your children are in the car and there's somebody out on the road intoxicated.
Mhm.
Nobody, I have yet to meet somebody who has a DWI who has committed an intoxication assault or intoxication manslaughter who said, yeah, I picked up a drink and my goal was, I'm going to go out and kill somebody. Nobody ever think it's going to happen to them. They're just always thinking, I can handle it. Best thing, if you're going to drink at all, here's the thing. Arrange for an Uber. Now they have Ubers, Lyft, taxis, Via, or you can have somebody who is a designated driver. I was always the designated driver for my group because I don't like the taste of alcohol. Worked out great for me because I had free sodas and free lunch, but that's what you need to do. And you're one of those persons who can't drink at all. That's why you have 3 DWIs. You understand?
I understand.
All right. All right, thank you.